Hello?
It's Kathy Amber. How are you?
Hey, Kathy, good. How are you?
Caitlin, I just want to personally congratulate you on being named captain for the 20. All the best to the whole team tomorrow or Tuesday in the Commissioner Cup final.
Yeah, we better get that done.
Well, well, well. The critics are in full meltdown mode right now, and honestly, it's a sight to behold. Caitlin Clark has just been named captain of the WNBA All-Star Game, and the online reaction? Total chaos in the best way possible. While some were busy crafting lengthy essays about her personality, actual fans showed up and voted. The irony? Absolutely delicious. So, what do you think? Did Caitlin truly earn the captain title? Or are you one of those folks currently rage tweeting at 2 a.m.? Tweeting at 2 a.m.
Caitlin, we saw obviously the results for the All-Star game. I know you're more about winning, but still that's got to be a little bit meaningful for you considering you're still so new to the league.
Yeah, no, obviously it's cool, and you know, it's cool that fans get to be a part of it and have a little impact on the game. And then I think also like it's going to be really special to be able to do it here in this city. And I think, you know, there's already been so much time and effort put in by so many people that, you know, aren't going to get credit for what they did to bring All-Star here. So, you know, trying to make it the best All-Star the WNBA has ever had. I know we'll certainly do that, but also, you know, it is.
Wow, where do I even start with this glorious mess? Caitlin Clark, the player that online trolls love to hate, just secured the captain spot in the WNBA All-Star Game, and the internet response? Top-tier entertainment.
Figured to have a couple of familiar faces in the All-Star roster from your teammates.
Yeah.
Have you already thought of that process? Do you expect some gift baskets from some of your teammates that join you there in the roster?
I mean, obviously I'm going to try to get my teammates on my team. Why wouldn't I? That's obviously the goal. And, you know, once they come out with whoever has made it and whoever hasn't, I guess I get to pick and choose. I don't really know how it works. I guess I just found out 2 hours ago. But obviously my first goal will certainly be able to have my teammates on my team.
Let's break down what actually went down. Because clearly, some people need a dose of reality. Clark just earned the highest number of All-Star votes in WNBA history. Nearly 1.3 million, to be exact. To put that into perspective, she got more votes than every 2023 All-Star combined. Still think she doesn't make an impact? She's not just influencing the game. She is the influence.
So today, lads, we're going to be talking a little bit about the reaction to Caitlin Clark getting her All-Star starting spot. And
before the usual crowd starts losing it in the comments, let's go ahead and address the obvious. Yes, there were other fantastic contenders. Skylar Diggins-Smith, Sabrina Ionescu, Aja Wilson. These are phenomenal athletes who could have easily been named captain. But here's the detail the critics always seem to miss. All-Star selections are about popularity. They always have been. They always will be. And here's the funniest part. The same people outraged by Clark's captaincy are the ones glued to her games more than her actual supporters.
so yeah, Caitlin Clark is going to be an All-Star. And if you guys have not seen the media, what the media are doing, I'm just sitting there like, why do they think this is going to be any different? Why did they think this was going to be any different? Because most of the media who are voting for Caitlin for the All-Star team. Why? For a number of reasons.
Opposing fan bases are completely losing it, and no, it's not just about a scoreboard. It's because Caitlin Clark strolled into the WNBA All-Star lineup like she runs the league. The spotlight landed squarely on her, and now the critics are unraveling faster than popsicles in the Arizona sun. Was it merit, momentum, or just a little bit of madness? Strap in, because this drama is messier than a group chat full of exes. We're breaking down the chaos in today's Meltdown edition.
Today, Caitlin Clark, the only WNBA player receiving over 500,000 fan votes for the WNBA All-Star Game. Aaliyah Boston, Kelsey Mitchell, Lexi Hull, the Fever 4 sitting in the top 10 when it comes to WNBA fan voting for the All-Star game. Every chance the Indiana Fever fans, every chance Caitlin Clark fans, every time they have a chance to show up.
Caitlin Clark has officially earned her All-Star stripes. Cue the fireworks, photo edits, and the comedy show coming from rival fans who suddenly believe the concept of earning it needs to match their personal narrative. Because nothing screams, "I'm totally calm," like an all-caps Twitter rant at 2 a.m., while your squad sits at 14-21 and fading fast.
So the two best players in the WNBA, at least to me, are all-star captains. That being Caitlin Clark and Napheesa Collier. Of course, Clark, Indiana Fever superstar. Collier, star of the Lynx, who is having an MVP season. Clark has had a little bit of an up and down season for her, relatively speaking, because she's been in and out of the lineup. Collier did miss a few games with a back issue as well. And of course, Clark had the shooting slump before she went out with the latest injury. Don't know how much that was related or is related, but Clark's impact on the floor is apparent when you see her there and when you see her off, and her numbers are still awesome. Not to mention, she's by far the most popular player in the league, and this is decided by fan voting, and it makes you feel good about what the exhibition can be in.
Let's not act like this came out of nowhere. From the moment Clark hit the league, she brought more than just talent. She brought massive pull. Think orbit-altering kind of pull. Television ratings soared. Crowds doubled. Her jerseys vanished off shelves quicker than front-row concert seats. Still, here we are again stuck on repeat in the series called Haters, Season Infinity, where the player actually boosting numbers and putting a team back on the map somehow keeps being labeled overrated by folks whose franchises would trade half their bench just to borrow her buzz.
Well, it's pretty clear there are two key WNBA players that are on a different level than the rest of the WNBA. And when it comes to Caitlin Clark, she's even another step up from the person that finished second. But look, it'd be irresponsible of me not to mention Napheesa Collier in all this, because, well, she got over 1.1 million votes herself.
If Caitlin Clark doesn't qualify as an all-star, then the bar doesn't exist. Seriously, what else does someone have to do nowadays? Juggle flaming basketballs while draining logo range threes blindfolded? Invent cold fusion during halftime? She's putting up 16.3 points, 6.2 assists, and 5 boards a game. As a rookie, all while wearing a target on her jersey. If that's not all-star material, we may as well cancel the event and turn it into a mascot cornhole contest.
First, Caitlin, when she's played, has been the best guard in the WNBA. She has. I mean this when I say this. It is it's not like she's like a stratospherically better than a Skylar Diggins, but she's been better when she's been on the floor than any other guard. Even in her slump, she had a 20 and 10 game. She had a 20 and 10 game in her slump. She set the record for most 20 and 10 games. She's the only guard with triple-double. She had a 32, 9, and 8. She nearly had a 30-point triple-double in a win against the Liberty, who at that stage were undefeated.
And let's drop the whole media conspiracy theory while we're at it. Reporters aren't sitting in some hidden lab building fake stats out of thin air. Clark's doing what legends do, reshaping the game simply by showing up. You're not watching because she's trendy. You're watching because any moment she might do something bananas. Pull up from the logo? Check. No-look lasers through 4 defenders? Easy. Making all of it look like a pickup game at the rec center? Somehow, also yes. She's out here pulling off highlights that feel like they were storyboarded by Marvel. And people crying bias? They're secretly glued to every replay, hoping for one mistake to pounce on. Let's be real. The outrage over Clark's all-star selection is less about fairness and more about pretending she didn't earn it fair and square. The way some people act, you'd think she bribed her way into the roster with a suitcase of cash and a handshake deal in some underground parking garage.